Imagine waking up one day, tired of endless city traffic. The same skyline, the same noise, the same stress. You start wondering if there's still a place in Texas where time slows down, where every street corner looks like it belongs in a painting, and where strangers still smile at you just because. The truth is, those places exist. Quiet, stunning little towns scattered across the Lone Star State that feel so unreal, you'll question whether you're still on Earth. From creekside hideaways tucked between rolling hills to colorful coastal escapes where seagulls glide over turquoise water, these towns remind you what peace feels like. Each one tells a different story. Some whispering old cowboy legends, others echoing laughter from vintage dance halls that haven't missed a Saturday night in a century. But what they all share is that same heart-stopping beauty that makes you stop, look around, and wonder why you ever left the city in the first place. We went deep into Texas, scrolling through travel forums, reading local stories, and mapping out every hidden gem that Texans themselves can't stop talking about. These are not just pretty places on postcards. They're real towns that seem to defy time. Towns where sunsets hit differently, where local diners still serve recipes older than most state highways, and where life moves to its own easy rhythm. As trends continue and travelers search for authenticity over luxury, these small towns are quietly stealing the spotlight. Each destination has its own way of wrapping you in charm. From river walks that shimmer under fairy lights to downtown streets lined with antique shops and rustic cafés. It's not about escape, it's about rediscovery. Stay with me till the end, because the final town on this list is so cinematic, so visually stunning, it's been used as inspiration for movie sets and travel lads around the world. From the next sunrise to the next spontaneous road trip, these 10 Texas towns will remind you of something we all forget. Sometimes, the most beautiful places aren't halfway across the globe. They're right here, waiting in your own backyard. Fredericksburg, the German gem of the hill country. Fredericksburg isn't just a small town. It's a living postcard from another world. A perfect blend of European charm and Texas heart. Nestled deep in the hill country, this town feels like someone took a slice of Bavaria and sprinkled it with southern sunshine. The streets are lined with half-timbered buildings, boutique wineries, and bakeries that smell like cinnamon and comfort. Every corner seems designed to slow your heartbeat and make you fall in love with life again. What makes Fredericksburg truly magical is how it balances its German roots with pure Texan hospitality. Founded by German settlers in the mid-1800s, their culture still lives strong through festivals, architecture, and the irresistible food. Imagine savoring warm pretzels with spicy mustard while the sound of live country music floats through the evening air. The mix of old-world tradition and modern-day relaxation is seamless, making it one of those rare towns where heritage feels alive rather than remembered. Where wine country feels like a fairy tale. Fredericksburg has become a dream destination for wine lovers, with over 60 wineries scattered across the surrounding hills. Visitors drift between tasting rooms and vineyard patios that overlook rolling countryside so beautiful it feels painted. Main Street itself is a storybook scene, filled with antique shops, art galleries, and restaurants serving everything from schnitzel to Texas barbecue. It's the kind of place where you can spend a morning sipping locally roasted coffee, wander into an art studio in the afternoon, and watch the sun set behind the Enchanted Rock, one of Texas's most awe-inspiring natural landmarks. As the seasons shift, Fredericksburg transforms, but never loses its magic. Spring brings wildflowers that paint the fields in endless color, while cooler months invite visitors to cozy up in rustic lodges or take part in the town's famous holiday markets. From next day's sunrise over the vineyards to the glow of string lights on a Friday evening, Fredericksburg keeps finding new ways to surprise you. It's not just scenic, it's soulful. It's one of those places that reminds you why small-town Texas will always have a big place in your heart. Wimberley, the magical creekside escape. Wimberley feels like a place that time forgot, yet somehow keeps getting better every season. Tucked where the Blanco River meets Cypress Creek, this little Texas town is pure magic wrapped in nature. The moment you arrive, the noise of the world fades away, replaced by the soft sound of running water, bird song, and the rustle of oak trees swaying in the hill country breeze. It's the kind of town that doesn't just relax you, it resets you, where nature hides in plain magic. Locals call Wimberley a hidden sanctuary, and they're not wrong. Known for its emerald swimming holes, art-filled streets, and friendly small-town spirit, it attracts everyone from road trippers to artists searching for inspiration. The legendary Blue Hole Regional Park is one of the most crystal-clear swimming spots in the state. Its cool, spring-fed waters and shaded cypress canopies make it feel like nature's own infinity pool. Just a short drive away, Jacob's Well, a deep natural artesian spring, adds a touch of wonder. A shimmering blue eye in the earth that's become an icon of Texas beauty. But Wimberley isn't just about what you see. It's about what you feel. The downtown square is a kaleidoscope of creativity with local art galleries, handmade jewelry shops, and cafés serving coffee roasted right in town. You'll find the Wimberley Market Days buzzing with vendors, music, and the scent of smoked barbecue drifting through the air. The community spirit here feels tangible. Everyone waves, conversations happen on porches, and sunsets are treated like a nightly celebration. Where wonder lives between the trees. From next morning's sunlight filtering through the trees to late evenings spent by the creek under fairy lights, Wimberley carries a rare kind of peace. It's part nature retreat, part artist's paradise, and entirely unforgettable. Whether you're diving into a swimming hole, exploring a glass-blowing studio, or simply watching the fireflies dance, Wimberley proves that some of the most magical escapes in Texas don't require a plane ticket. Just a tank of gas and a little curiosity. Marfa, the desert's modern mirage. Marfa is where Texas turns surreal. Sitting quietly in the vast West Texas desert, this tiny town of barely 2,000 residents has become one of the most intriguing and artistic destinations in America. It feels like a mirage that someone forgot to make disappear. A place where minimalist art meets endless skies, and where silence feels louder than a city crowd. The drive to Marfa alone sets the mood. The horizon stretches for miles. The road disappears into golden dust, and the desert light hits differently with every passing hour. Then suddenly, the town appears, small but magnetic, like a secret waiting to be discovered. Marfa's fame began decades ago when artists stumbled upon its stillness and decided to turn it into a canvas. Today, it's home to some of the most unusual and influential art installations in the country. The Prada Marfa exhibit, a luxury storefront in the middle of nowhere, has become an icon of modern irony and minimalist beauty. The Chinati Foundation continues to draw art lovers from around the world who come to see large-scale installations set against the backdrop of the desert. Yet, despite all the creative buzz, Marfa somehow keeps its soul grounded in simplicity, where mystery waltzes with desert starlight. Every evening, as the sun dips behind the Davis Mountains, another mystery comes alive. The famous Marfa lights. Strange orbs that flicker and dance across the horizon. Unexplained and mesmerizing. Locals have theories. Scientists have studied them. But no one really knows. It's the perfect metaphor for Marfa itself. Mysterious, beautiful, and impossible to define. By day, the town moves at a slow rhythm. Boutique hotels, food trucks serving gourmet tacos, and desert-inspired shops line the quiet streets. There's no rush here, no chaos, just open skies and creative energy that fuels everything from murals to handmade pottery. From next sunrise to next season's art festival, Marfa continues to evolve without ever losing its otherworldly charm. It's not just a destination. It's a feeling, suspended somewhere between dream and reality, where desert dust and imagination blur into one unforgettable masterpiece. Jefferson, the haunted beauty of East Texas. Jefferson feels like stepping into a southern novel that never ends. A town frozen in elegance, wrapped in whispers of history, and alive with charm that's equal parts enchanting and eerie. Tucked away in the piney woods of East Texas near the Louisiana border, this hidden gem looks like it was built for storytelling. Cobblestone streets wind past perfectly preserved Victorian homes. Antique gas lamps flicker at dusk, and the quiet hum of the bayou sets a rhythm that slows everything down. Jefferson isn't just another pretty town. It's a place where time lingers, where every brick and balcony has a secret to tell. Once a thriving river port in the 1800s, Jefferson was known as the Queen of the Bayou. Steamboats once filled its docks, merchants traded fine goods, and travelers from across the South flocked here for business and pleasure. Today, that history hasn't faded. It's alive in the town's ornate mansions, horse-drawn carriage rides, and charming bed and breakfasts that make guests feel like they've traveled back a century. The Jefferson Historical District is one of the most beautifully preserved in Texas, a living museum of antebellum architecture that makes every stroll feel cinematic. Where history whispers after dark. What sets Jefferson apart, though, is its haunted beauty. Locals say the spirits of the past never left, and visitors often come seeking both history and mystery. The Jefferson Hotel, one of the most famous in the region, is known for its ghost stories, flickering lights, and unexplained footsteps echoing through the hallways. Even skeptics can't deny the thrill of it all. It's part of what makes Jefferson irresistible. The blend of southern grace and spectral wonder that keeps people talking long after they've left. By day, the town is a paradise for antique hunters and history lovers, filled with vintage shops, tea rooms, and museums that celebrate everything from steamboats to Southern literature. By night, the lanterns glow softly over the bayou, and the sound of the wind through the cypress trees gives you chills in the best way. From next sunset's golden reflection on the water to the laughter of storytellers at the local tavern, Jefferson proves that beauty can be haunting. And haunting can be beautiful. It's a Texas town where the past never really says goodbye, and that's exactly what makes it unforgettable. Gruen, the town time forgot. Gruen feels like it slipped through a crack in history and landed perfectly preserved in the present. Nestled along the Guadalupe River near New Braunfels, this tiny Texas town radiates nostalgia with every weathered brick, wooden porch, and live guitar chord echoing through the air. It's the kind of place where you can almost hear the laughter of travelers from 100 years ago blending with the rhythm of modern-day music drifting down the streets. Groen doesn't try to feel authentic. It simply is. The heart of Groen beats strongest at Groen Hall, the oldest continually operating dance hall in Texas. Its creaky wooden floors and neon-lit stage have hosted legends who played here long before they filled arenas. Step inside, and it feels like time slows down. Locals two-step across the floor as the band tunes up. Cold drinks clink in the background, and the glow from the string lights spills out into the warm Texas night. There's no filter needed here. It's real-life country charm, untouched by trends or time, where rivers hum and time slows down. Beyond the music, Groen thrives as a riverside escape where nature and nostalgia intertwine. The Guadalupe River flows gently through town, inviting kayakers, tubers, and anyone craving a lazy afternoon under the sun. Quaint shops line the streets, each one filled with handmade crafts, antiques, or southern comfort food that tastes like it came straight from a family recipe book. The Grist Mill River Restaurant, set inside a restored 19th century cottage inn, overlooks the water with a view that makes every meal feel like an experience. What keeps Groen timeless is how it honors its past while staying alive in the present. Every building tells a story, from the original mercantile to the restored general store where locals still gather for coffee and conversation. As night falls, the scent of barbecue drifts through the air. Laughter spills from the dance hall doors, and the glow from the river mirrors the stars above. From next weekend's concert to next season's tubing run, Groen proves that some towns never really age. They just keep playing the same beautiful song, one generation at a time. Port Aransas, the coastal dream town. Port Aransas feels like Texas forgot to tell the rest of the world about it. Perched on Mustang Island along the Gulf Coast, this laid-back beach town captures everything you imagine when you think of paradise. Pastel cottages, salty air, gentle surf, and sunsets so vivid they look painted by hand. It's the kind of place where people kick off their shoes, leave their worries in the sand, and find joy in the simplicity of ocean life. The rhythm here is slower. The smiles last longer, and every wave seems to wash the stress right off your shoulders. What makes Port Aransas so irresistible is its perfect blend of beach town fun and coastal calm. The beaches stretch for miles, soft and golden, with warm water that invites you to dive in or drift away on a board. Fishermen cast lines from Horace Caldwell Pier while dolphins play in the distance. Mornings start with the sound of seagulls and the scent of salt, and by midday, the town is alive with golf carts cruising down palm-lined streets. It's a Texas version of island living, just without the passport, where salt air soothes the restless soul. Port Aransas has become a haven for travelers who want something real, not flashy, but soulful. Local seafood spots serve shrimp fresh from the docks, while quirky beach bars glow with neon lights and laughter after dark. The art scene thrives too, with coastal galleries showcasing pieces that reflect the colors of the sea and ski. Every corner of town seems designed for relaxation, whether you're watching pelicans glide across the waves or sipping a drink with your feet buried in the sand. Nature reigns supreme here. The nearby Leonabelle Turnbull Birding Center and Mustang Island State Park draw nature lovers from across the country. Evenings are pure magic as the sun dips behind the dunes, painting the horizon in shades of coral and gold. From next sunrise's early surf session to next weekend's beach bonfire, Port Aransas stays timeless. A place that feels both carefree and deeply grounding. It's not just beautiful. It's the coastal dream brought to life, where every tide reminds you that slowing down can be the greatest luxury of all. Salado, the artistic secret between two cities. Salado is one of those towns that feels like a secret whispered between travelers. A hidden gem tucked quietly between Austin and Waco that manages to be both sophisticated and small-town cozy. It's the kind of place you stumble upon during a road trip. Promise yourself you'll only stop for coffee and end up staying the whole weekend. The air here carries a different rhythm. Part creative energy, part country calm, where every street corner seems to hold an art gallery, a historic inn, or a conversation waiting to happen. The town's roots stretch back to the 1800s, and you can feel that history in the limestone buildings and shady oak-lined streets. Yet, Salado has never stopped evolving. Artists, writers, and free spirits have turned it into a haven for creativity. Local galleries display everything from hand-blown glass to oil paintings that capture the beauty of the surrounding hills. Sculptors, jewelers, and potters fill the town with their craft, transforming Salado into an open-air art show that never really ends. It's a place where you don't just look at art, you live inside it, where curiosity turns into quiet magic. The heart of Salado beats along Main Street, where boutique shops, rustic wineries, and charming cafés create the perfect blend of culture and comfort. The Stagecoach Inn, one of Texas's oldest operating hotels, anchors the town's history with a timeless southern charm that feels straight out of a movie. Visitors sip coffee on wraparound porches, explore local antique stores, and watch as artisans create masterpieces right before their eyes. It's a town that rewards curiosity. The more you wander, the more beauty you find. Nature adds its own touch to the scene. Salado Creek winds softly through town, offering peaceful spots for picnics, reflection, or a quiet walk at sunset. Festivals fill the calendar, celebrating everything from art and wine to music and handmade goods, making every visit feel like a celebration of creativity itself. From next morning's golden light glinting off glass art to next season's open-air festival under the oak trees, Salado never loses its spark. It's not loud, it's not flashy. It's effortlessly beautiful. This small Texas town proves that sometimes the most inspiring places aren't the ones everyone knows, but the ones quietly creating magic just off the highway. Born, the perfect Texas fairy tale. Born feels like a Texas fairy tale that somehow came to life. Nestled deep in the hill country just north of San Antonio, this storybook town blends old-world charm with modern-day warmth in a way that feels effortless. Cobblestone-style streets, blooming crepe myrtles, and historic limestone buildings make it look like something straight out of a painting. The moment you arrive, it's clear that Bourne isn't just another small town. It's a living, breathing escape, where every detail feels crafted to slow you down and draw you in. Founded by German settlers in the 1800s, Bourne proudly wears its heritage while embracing everything that makes small-town Texas special. The architecture, the bakeries, and even the music drifting from the cafés tell stories of its European roots mixed with Southern soul. Main Street is the heart of it all. A picturesque stretch lined with boutique shops, antique stores, and locally owned restaurants that fill the air with the scent of home-cooked comfort food. As you wander, you'll spot families, artists, and travelers sharing the sidewalks like old friends, soaking in the calm energy that seems to hang in the air. where the hill country hides its wild heart. Just beyond town, nature takes center stage. The Cibolo Creek flows peacefully through Boyern City Park, creating the perfect backdrop for picnics and strolls beneath shady oak trees. For the adventurous, the Cave Without a Name, a stunning natural cavern filled with crystal formations, offers a glimpse into the underground beauty that lies beneath the surface. Outdoor lovers kayak, hike, and birdwatch across trails that stretch through rolling hills and open skies. It's the perfect balance of serenity and adventure, where each sunrise feels like a fresh start. Boyern's magic comes from its ability to blend the timeless with the new. Artisan markets, live music nights, and hill country wine tastings keep the town alive year-round, while its warm community spirit makes visitors feel instantly at home. From next weekend's art stroll to next month's evening by the creek, Boyern remains a reminder that fairy tales don't always exist in books. Sometimes they're tucked away in the heart of Texas, waiting for you to walk right in. Alpine, the mountain town that time forgot. Alpine is the kind of town that feels untouched by the rush of the modern world. A quiet masterpiece painted across the mountains of West Texas. Surrounded by desert vistas and the distant peaks of the Davis Mountains, this little town feels like it exists in its own dimension, where time moves slower, stars shine brighter, and every sunset feels like a personal gift from nature. It's small, serene, and impossibly cinematic. The kind of place that looks like a movie set but breathes with the warmth of real life. Alpine sits over 4,000 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest and most scenic towns in Texas. The air is crisp, the skies stretch endlessly, and the silence of the desert is broken only by the sound of the wind sweeping through the canyons. Downtown is filled with historic buildings painted in desert tones, cozy cafés, and murals that turn every wall into a work of art. It's the cultural heart of the Big Bend region, a place where artists, travelers, and dreamers come together to find inspiration in the wide-open spaces. Where art grows from desert soul. The town pulses with creative energy, driven by its vibrant art scene and the influence of nearby Sul Ross State University. Galleries showcase local artists who capture the raw beauty of the West Texas landscape. From glowing sunsets over the mountains to the timeless solitude of desert highways, the Museum of the Big Bend stands as a testament to the region's deep history, telling stories of native cultures, pioneers, and the rugged spirit that built this corner of the state. Yet despite its artistic pulse, Alpine never feels busy. It's calm, genuine, and grounded, with a rhythm that's all its own. The surrounding wilderness is where Alpine truly shines. Big Bend National Park lies just a short drive away, offering vast trails, canyons, and star-filled nights that defy description. Even closer, the Davis Mountains provide some of the best stargazing in the country. At night, the Milky Way stretches clear across the sky, untouched by city light. From next sunrise over the peaks to next season's soft desert bloom, Alpine stays as timeless as ever. A mountain town that seems to have made peace with time itself. It's more than beautiful. It's grounding, humbling, and absolutely unforgettable. Canyon, the grand secret of Texas. Canyon isn't just another Texas town. It's the state's best-kept masterpiece, hidden right where the plains suddenly give way to one of the most jaw-dropping landscapes in America. Located just south of Amarillo, this quiet Panhandle community guards the entrance to Palo Duro Canyon, known as the Grand Canyon of Texas. One look at its towering red cliffs and sunlit mesas, and you'll understand why locals say you don't visit Canyon. You experience it. The moment the horizon opens up to reveal that endless stretch of desert and color, it feels less like Texas and more like another planet. The heart of the town beats with small-town warmth wrapped in grand scenery. With a population just shy of 15,000, Canyon blends college town energy from West Texas A&M University with the peaceful rhythm of rural living. Downtown is a charming mix of historic buildings, art galleries, and coffee shops that buzz with conversation before everyone heads out to explore the wild beauty beyond the city limits. Despite its modest size, Canyon carries the spirit of adventure that defines the West. Open skies, open roads, and open hearts. But the real showstopper lies just minutes away. Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Stretching over 120 miles long and nearly 1,000 feet deep, it's a world of fiery rock formations, hidden caves, and desert trails that seem to go on forever. Hike to Lighthouse Rock, the park's most iconic formation, and you'll find yourself standing above a panorama that looks painted by the hands of time. Sunsets here are nothing short of cinematic, with the canyon walls glowing in deep gold and crimson, while the sky fades into violet. At night, the stars spill across the darkness, brighter than anywhere you've ever seen, where quiet horizons steal the spotlight. Canyon also pulses with creativity and culture. The Panhandle Plains Historical Museum, the largest history museum in Texas, tells stories of pioneers, cowboys, and artists who helped shape the region. Locals host outdoor plays, live concerts, and festivals that celebrate both art and nature, keeping the community alive with color and connection. From next morning's canyon sunrise to next weekend's hike along the rim, Canyon keeps reminding travelers that beauty doesn't always need to shout to be extraordinary. It's the kind of place that humbles you, grounds you, and leaves you speechless. Proof that even in the vastness of Texas, some secrets are still waiting to take your breath away. From the next sunrise to the next road trip, Texas proves again and again that beauty isn't just found in its big cities or famous landmarks. It's hidden in its small towns, tucked between hills, rivers, and quiet streets where life still moves at the perfect pace. Each of these 10 places carries its own heartbeat, its own story, its own kind of magic that reminds you why people fall in love with Texas over and over again. Whether it's the charm of a hill country cafe, the echo of music in an old dance hall, or the glow of a sunset spilling across desert canyons, these towns show that the soul of Texas lives far beyond the skyline. These are the kinds of places you don't just visit. You feel them. They stay with you long after you've left, whispering back every time you see a sunrise or smell the rain hit hot pavement. From next weekend's getaway to the next dream destination on your list, remember that the most breathtaking corners of America often live right in your own backyard. So, which Texas town would you wander into first? Maybe the one that feels like a fairy tale, or perhaps the one where the ocean meets the sky. Share the one that calls to you, and who knows? Your next adventure might be closer than you think. Because the truth is, these towns aren't just beautiful. They're living reminders that sometimes the most unreal places on earth are the ones that feel the most like home.